So I'm a tourist in this new place, and you can tell that this place is it has a lot of money, tall apartments, big old houses around. And I'm walking down this street. Yeah. On the street, people were eating, and the um, restaurants were full. Like, seating was outside, air was filled with chatter. You could just sense the buzz of this particular place. It was a small place, but Uh, it had big character, big character. And you could tell big money was in that city. A lot of the city citizens in that part of the city, they were university students. They went to a prestigious university right there in the area, and you can tell. And as I walked by, there was people who were talking, and they were sitting a certain way, and as they glanced over at us and others who passed by. You could tell that some of us who passed by, they just felt as if they were inherently better. You could just feel. Dude, I don't know the specifics in terms of how to say, oh yeah, this person feels like they're better than me. You just know it. You just know. You could just cross someone, and the way they look at you, just go, okay, I can understand. You think I'm better than them. Like you just know it. You just know it. You just sense it. But in that space, I sensed it. I sensed it something heavy. And the question that I have for you today is, are some people inherently more valuable, worth more? Just inherently, just naturally, are they more valuable than others? Do we have one group of people over here who are just born to be more valuable than you? Or are you born to be more valuable than another person based on anything? In this poem, we have based on race and based on money, how much you make, how much you have in terms of your resources. My name is Carter. What I do is I'm on a mission, right? And my mission is to closely read and teach through poems written by dead American poets. Right? Dead American poets. I want to shape my life around their ideas. And this is an idea that I want to shape my life around. Right here, question one. Langston Hughes, I'll read it, make some sense of the poem for you by describing some of the literary features of it. And then, last but not least, I will do my very best to provide application of the main ideas of this poem to our everyday lives so that we might live a life that's as timeless as these poems. Question one. When the old junk man death comes to gather up our bodies and toss them in the sack of oblivion, I wonder if he will find the corpse of the white multimillionaire worth more pennies of eternity than the black torso of a Negro seeker. Powerful. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Let's start with number one up top. Let's deal with one, two, three, four, and five. These are the literary things that I want to talk about. This is a decision that Langston Hughes has made to title this question one. I looked through all of his poems between 1921 to 1930. None of them are called question one. I think he might have question or question. They're not titled questions. It was not question two, question three. I think that he might have some other question twos, threes, and fours later on in his work, but between 1920 to 1930, nothing. Just question one. Odd title for title question. It's not very creative. It's just straightforward. And so the understanding that you have as you read it, if we go down to the bottom of the poem, you can see that it is a question. It is one sentence that is constructed complexly. The complexity of the sentence is high. Let's call it complexity of the sentence is high. With great complexity, right? It has been constructed. This sentence is not a run-on sentence, but he uses a couple commas to make this thing hang together. And you can tell that he's given much thought to it. Number two, you see the old man death, right? The old man, the junk man death. Junk man, he's old, which gives sort of a negative connotation to him. He's old, so that means he's been doing this for quite some time. He's old. It means that he is been around the block. Junk man, right? Junk man. So he's the garbage collector. What is the garbage that he is collecting? Sacks, which are bodies. His bodies. He's been putting them in the sacks. And he has a question. He says, "Come to gather up our bodies." And notice it's our bodies, and he puts the white and the black into the mix, into the play here. He puts multimillionaire and he puts the cotton picker, the rich and the poor, and everything in between. So this is sort of two extremes here. And so everything in between is likely at play, like everything in between, white, black, everything in between, every other shade of ethnic background is here. The millionaire on one end, the poor cotton picker on the other one, and everything in between. It doesn't matter. All of us, all of us, all of us will be collected by the old junk man Death. Personification, as I mentioned here, Death is seen as a character. He's sort of the character that has all the power here, because the character junk man, he's a junk man, he's a garbage man, doesn't seem like he has power, but he has the power in the sense that dude, when all is said and done, he's going to gather your body. And the question is, will he toss them in the sack of oblivion? And I wonder if he will find the corpse of the white multimillionaire worth more pennies of eternity. Pennies of eternity. Interesting turn of phrase of that. Pennies of the US, pennies of Europe, pennies of something, but pennies of eternity. That's kind of like almost an oxymoron. Pennies, which is the smallest unit of money for the U.S. penny, right? And then eternity. Can't can't count how many pennies eternity is worth. So once again, he has two extremes there, pennies of eternity, and he turns that phrase and says, "Look, are they worth the pennies? The pennies of eternity. Are they the same? Are they the same? Do they have the same value? Black, white, do they have the same value? Rich, poor, do they have the same value?" And it is, in my mind, based on what I know about him, he's saying, yes, hell yes, they have the same value. Hell yes, they have the same damn value. Black torso, the white multimillionaire. Notice how he says black torso. He just says torso. It's not the black person. But the white multimillionaire gets the whole body. We're just talking black torso of the Negro. And why he does that, I'm not quite so sure. You let me know. What are your thoughts as to why he did that? Why he said black torso rather than black person, right? Or black human or black or some using some having the totality of their being rather than just saying the torso. Why is that? Why is that? Man, this is a powerful, powerful um, um, poem. Powerful poem. I see uh, this poem as having three characters: the death, uh, white and black, and everyone in between. I see this poem as a poem that is really striking the head of this idea that someone is better inherently than another person. Dude, we all die. We all die. We all die. We all experience pain. We all mourn. We all get sick. We all use the restroom. We all want love, need love. We all feel senses of abandonment when loved ones leave us. And they stay alive. We all mourn if the loved one leaves us and they die. We all experience this stuff. So to thumb my nose up in the air or to act as if I am better than any human being is blasphemous in my mind. And you see he's got pennies of eternity. He's almost like, dude, who cares when all is said and done how much better you think you are than some other human being? Who cares? Who really cares? Who cares that you think that you're better than somebody else based on your ethnicity, based upon your so-called race, based upon how much you make? Who cares that you think you're better than someone because you have higher education than someone? Who cares about that? Because you know what? You're not any better than anyone else. You're not. You're equal to everyone else. Because your body, when Joel Junkman Death, when he throws it into the when he tosses them into the sack of oblivion, utter state, the state of being utterly forgotten, oblivion, oblivion. We all will be utterly forgotten at some point. All of us, all of us will be utterly forgotten. You ain't any better than anybody else. It's just bottom line. So are some inherently more valuable than others? Hell no. We're all equal. That's it, man. That's question number one. Question number one, written by Langston Hughes, man. Tell me that is not a doozy. That's a doozy right there, boy. That's a real good one. So, the next one that we'll take a look at, we're going to be in Robert Frost. Back in Robert Frost, we go Langston Hughes, Robert Frost, Langston Hughes, Robert Frost, Langston Hughes, Robert Frost, and we just keep going back and forth with it. On occasion, I will I'll throw in some random poems that I'm taking a look at and very interested in. But and that's all I have for you. Um, See you on the next one.